And a very pleasant good evening from San Bernardino. Want to update you on the situation here. We have pushed back the start of Game 3 until 8 o'clock tonight. So we'll be a little bit late getting things started here from San Bernardino. But come back and join us for the Best of the West tournament here at SoCalCollegeSports.com. And we welcome you back to San Manuel Stadium in San Bernardino for Game 3, the Best of the West inaugural baseball tournament here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Mason Campbell leading things off for the San Diego Waves. It will be the San Diego Waves taking on the Inland Valley Pirates. Here in Game 3, Jeff Stein up the SoCal College Sports team here with you. Very pleased to be joined by Dennis Ackerman. And Dennis, welcome. So happy to have you joining us here today. And 16 innings in the book, if the voice sounds familiar. And your thoughts here as we get ready for the Pirates. And it's the Waves playing their second game of the day after a 6-2 loss just finishing up about an hour ago.
Well, the thing I think I'm most excited about, it's only 95 degrees at first pitch. Earlier today, it hit 106 here in San Bernardino, so 95 feels nice and cool under the lights here at San Manuel Stadium.
A ball and 2 strikes on Campbell, the left fielder. He'll be followed by Joey Hawk and Micah Anselmo here in the top of the first against Carson Lambert, who will get the call starting things out here for the Pirates. Trying to go over some of the defense for you here as we get things going. Jackson Lyon in left field, E.J. Andrews in center, Caden Connor in right field. Here's the 2-2, and the fastball cold, strike 3. Campbell down on strikes to get things started.
Good start for Lambert. He'll be a junior at USC. In his first 2 years there, he's appeared in 34 games, a 3-3 overall record of ERA of 4.77, so a little high. He's pitched 56 and 2/3 innings, allowed 60 hits, 35 runs.
So here is Hawk digging in from the left side. First pitch, a fastball in there for a strike. At third, it's Matt Autino, Tyrus Turner at short, DeAndre Smith at second, Hayden Winters at first, Cameron Guangarena behind the plate, and on the mound, it's Carson Lambert, the right-hander, missing inside, or I should say gets the call on the inside corner. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on Hawk, the center fielder.
I got to give you a lot of credit with that pronunciation of Cameron Wangarina. That's a tough one.
A little hesitation on the first one. I'm hoping
no, but you did well.
I'm hoping to warm into it here as the game goes. Goes after the high heat, down on strikes, back-to-back strikeouts for Lambert to get things started here in the top of the first. So 2 down, bases empty, and that'll bring up Anselmo. Anselmo in the lineup earlier today, 2 for 4 in the Game 2 loss to the OC Bucks. So Lambert flashing the pedigree early with a couple of punch-outs here to get things started. As you mentioned, the junior at USC.
Anselmo actually hit 8th in that first game for the Waves. He started out as a designated hitter, then about halfway through took over the catching duties.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Dennis, 95 degrees or not, back-to-back games catching would have been a tough ask for Micah Anselmo. No balls, 2 strikes, Anselmo in a hole. Lambert ready. Into the wind. Slow chopper to third. Charging, it's Autino across to first to retire the side. 1, 2, 3 in the top of the first. We're through half an inning in Game 3. Best of the West baseball tournament here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Bottom of the first upcoming. San Manuel Stadium here in San Bernardino. Jeff Stoynoff, Dennis Ackerman here. The Best of the West baseball tournament, Game 3. Day 1, this one's going on for about the next month here.
It's good to have baseball back, isn't it?
Yeah. Can't beat fun at the old ballpark. Chandler Cameron back on the mound and making his second appearance of the day. He had a brief stint back in Game 2 a little bit earlier today.
Yeah, he came on in relief. He went 2 innings. He gave up just 1 hit, but he allowed 2 runs. They were earned. But he walked 5, struck out 3, and also threw a wild pitch, so he was really feast or famine.
Well, we joked about off air that it was from the Nuke LaLoosh school in Bull Durham. That was the line. I'll tell you what, if they bring a bull out here as a mascot, they could really have some fun.
Exactly. Watch out for a warning to the bull. Put it that way for you. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about.
Well, we can only assume that he knows where it's going. A ball and a strike on the leadoff man, E.J. Andrews for the Pirates, and the fastball up and in. 2 balls and a strike.
Cameron clearly more comfortable working out of the stretch even with nobody aboard.
Kicks and delivers. And one fouled back and out of play, and it's 2-2 on Andrews.
Andrews just wrapped up his sophomore season at Fresno State, where he appeared in 14 games for the Dogs. Started 11 games in center field.
There you get a good look at Andrews. Lifts this one to center. Hawk moving back in front of the track, and he's got it for out number 1. Andrews gives it a ride, but to the deepest part of the park. Interesting watching the first couple of games here that for the most part, it's been a very shallow center field being played, really daring these hitters to try and get it over their head. Hawk is actually playing as deep as I've seen anybody play center field so far today.
Well, I think one of the interesting things is the timing of these players. I mean, baseball basically came to a screeching halt in mid-March, and for a lot of these kids, this is the first time they've been back on a field since then.
A ball and no strikes on Turner. And he takes the off-speed pitch high and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Again, tries the outside corner and misses. So Turner way out in front. Here's the 3-0 in there for a strike. Interesting to see. Cameron talked about the line in the first outing earlier today, and already he's quickly after Andrews, more aware of keeping the ball in the zone. No sooner do I say that than he gives Turner the free pass. And you would have no way of knowing this, Dennis, but I have a remarkable jinx ability that transcends the individual sport that I might be covering it. It goes anywhere, and Turner is aboard with a walk, and that'll bring up Hayden Winters.
Waves pitching in that first game issued 10 walks. They hit 1 batter and threw 3 wild pitches.
Try to set the defense for you for the Waves as Winters tries to hold up but goes around for strike 1. It's Mason Campbell in left, Joey Hawk in center, Caden Zubo in right. There goes the runner. The throw down from Anselmo, and they'll never get him.
Boy, how about the jump by Turner?
And you could see there, good look at it, and you could see Turner probably already halfway down before that ball is even out of Cameron's hands. He's at second with 1 down, and the count no balls and 2 strikes on Hayden Winters. Winters, interestingly, one of the rarities in the tournament here going back to high school. Not an everyday player in high school, but here he is now on his way.
Played at Esperanza High School. Wonder what the discussion is about. Are they going to replace the catcher, Anselmo?
Yeah, Anselmo walking off, and
it looks like he's holding his throwing shoulder. I wonder if he injured it on the throw down to second base, perhaps.
But yeah, he didn't get a lot on that throw, and it looked like maybe, you don't know, maybe there was some contact or something in the middle of the throw. We did have a replay, and we'll see if maybe we can get back to that here, and we'll show it again. And well,
so one hopper, but then
yeah, it looked like he got it away, and obviously Winters batting from the right side, so it looked like an unobstructed throw, but indeed Anselmo heading to the dugout. And it looks like a change, indeed, behind the plate.
It's tilted. You need to come down on the right side or up on the left. No, you need to come up on your left, down on your right.
And it's Griffin Zitko who will come on behind the plate. Just to finish the point about Hayden Winters, slated to continue at the University of Houston this fall. But perhaps something of a late bloomer in the game.
yeah, he was having a good season when play was halted, hitting .371 at 3 home runs, 19 runs batted in, so he's got some pop in that bat.
So Turner at second with one down. Just underway here in the bottom of the first. The inaugural Best of the West tournament here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Happy you've joined us. Nice to be part of baseball being back.
Boy, it is. Just good seeing live sports.
Off speed, and Winters way out in front. A wave and a miss, and he's down on strikes. And a good job by Cameron. Pulls the string. And again, good look at it there.
Looks good. Yeah, looks good. Looks good.
So 2 down.
All right, close it.
Turner at second. And now Turner breaks for third, and he'll steal it easily. So Tyrus Turner now 90 feet away in the bottom of the first, 2 down. And a ball and no strikes to count on Jackson Lyon.
Well, these Waves catchers have no chance against Turner. He's just getting fantastic breaks.
Mitch Morales at third, Liam Bailey at short, Colby Rafael at second, Drew Thomas at first. For the Waves, Griffin Zitko in the game behind the plate, and Chandler Cameron on the mound to round out the defense. Back to the breaking ball and in there for a strike.
So far, I think the difference in this one for Cameron Chandler has been able to get that breaking ball over here in the first inning, where out of relief in that first game, he was consistently missing with it.
And there you get a quick look at Turner at third. Off speed again, low and away, 2 balls. Well, actually 3 balls and a strike now. Juan Garena would be next if the Pirates can keep it alive. That one back to the screen. And Turner alertly crosses home plate easily. So to go down as a walk to Lyon, but a wild pitch will bring home Turner. And the Pirates grab a quick 1-0 lead.
Yeah, no RBI on the plate. It almost seemed like Zitko was crossed up on that pitch. Second walk of the inning issued by Chandler. Mentioned earlier, he allowed 5 walks in relief in the first game today for the Waves.
Here's the 1-0. And the fastball outside, 2 balls, no strikes. count on Juan Garena. So Lyon at first with 2 down. And a 2-0 count on the left-handed hitting Juan Garena, who takes the off-speed pitch for a strike. Juan Garena currently playing at Cal State Fullerton. Had an outstanding freshman season. There goes the runner. They hit and run and fouled away by Juan Garena. Juan Garena made the adjustment beautifully. In an outstanding freshman season. It's been a struggle so far in his sophomore season with an average down near 100. With the season, of course, cut short with the stoppage of play.
Juan Garena attended St. John Bosco High School in Bellflower. Football powerhouse here in Southern California. Actually played 1 year of varsity football there.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Well, I suppose a catcher seems most likely to make the transition.
Yes.
If you had to guess. Full count now on Juan Garena. Matt Attino waits on deck. Cameron ready. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3. Juan Garena down on strikes, but the Pirates break out in front. 1 run, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We're through 1. Pirates 1, Waves nothing. CowCowSports.com. Top of the second inning from San Manuel Stadium. I'll get that right. Here in San Bernardino. Best of the West tournament. Caden Zubo to be followed by Liam Bailey and Logan Parker against new pitcher Ricky Tiedemann, and the left-hander into the wind. And the fastball fouled back. Zubo doing double duty. Also, a brief stint on the mound in Game 2 earlier today. Tiedemann rocks and fires in the fastball outside, a ball and a strike.
Carson
Caden
Lambert did a nice job in his one inning. Didn't give up a hit or a run, struck out a couple.
back up the middle for a base hit for Zubo. So the leadoff man aboard for the Waves here in the top of the second. You know, going back to Game 2 earlier today, the Bucks jumped out very early, 2 runs in the first, 2 runs in the second, had them down 4-0. I thought the Waves did a nice job battling back in that game, getting all the way back to 4-2, really steadied themselves, and a little bit of a falter down the stretch in the bullpen, and it ended up being a 6-2 final. I thought it was a nice job by the Waves to try and chip away and get back into that game.
They had plenty of opportunities. They ended up stranding 7 runners in that game. They had runners aboard in every inning except for the 8th. They just couldn't get that breakthrough hit.
Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on Liam Bailey, who's seeing his first action of the tournament. Zubo with a short lead at first. Here's the 0-2 from Tiedemann. Tries the outside corner, just a bit outside, a ball and 2 strikes. Get a look up at Tiedemann. Baseball in his blood, his brother playing in the Ranger organization. Yeah, look, Tiedemann, a good live arm. Fastball up into the 90s. That was a breaking ball that missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
You got a man at first.
And Bailey just stays alive.
Looked like he was trying to shoot that one through that hole on the right side of the infield with the runner being held on at first.
2-2 on Bailey. Tiedemann from the belt. Swing and a miss. Tiedemann gets the strikeout. And will bring up Logan Parker. And there's the gas from Tiedemann. And he gets Bailey. And it'll bring up Parker, the designated hitter. And the first pitch from Tiedemann misses. 1 ball and no strikes.
Parker did not play in that first game for the Waves.
And there is Logan Parker. The 1-0. And Parker having trouble catching up to that fastball. A ball and a strike. You can see right away the difference in Tiedemann's fastball. Always a game of adjustments. That one misses away. They are shading Parker just slightly the opposite way against Tiedemann. Again, he goes after the fastball, comes up empty, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Parker is a freshman at Palomar Community College.
And that's a familiar refrain here with this Waves team in the San Diego area. A lot of players up and down this roster either playing at Palomar or heading to Palomar. And, of course, for those that maybe don't follow the 3C2A on a regular basis, Palomar, a program, especially of late, that has had some success, reemerged in the 3C2A baseball landscape. Fastball way outside, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Parker showing some good patience in this at-bat.
Tiedemann looks in. Here's the payoff pitch. Got him. Well, back to the gas. And he gets Parker. And we'll take another look at it here.
A late defensive swing is not going to get it done against Tiedemann.
Well, it's just a pitch right now. It looks like initially when you see it, it's just hard to get ready for. You got to figure 3-2. You're looking fastball, and even when you know it's coming, it's a problem. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball outside. Rafael takes it for a ball and a strike.
Tiedemann, a tall lefty, lanky lefty. Almost feel like that ball's right on you as he's releasing it.
Tiedemann on his way to San Diego State this fall.
Playing in the Mountain West Conference.
Zubo away from first. Here's the 1-1. And again, Rafael just trying to catch up to the fastball. A ball and 2 strikes now. Hey, Tiedemann here, you just go right back to the heat up in the zone. See if somebody can turn it around. Here's the 1-2. And he got him on strikes. Rafael down on strikes. Tiedemann strikes out the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 1 left on base through 1.5. Pirates on top of the waves, 1-0. The inaugural Best of the West tournament from San Bernardino here on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
I don't have him on my roster. How tall is he?
Matt Autino will lead things off for the Pirates in the bottom of the second. Leading it 1-0, a breaking ball, and Autino tried to hold up. No signal yet. Popped up in back of second, and Bailey moving back, struggling with it, and that one's going to drop. They might have a play at second. Here's the tag. And they didn't get him. That was a bang-bang play at second. As Autino, watch the replay here, got caught between first and second. Very close play. And tell you, Dennis, that's one of those ones where I think the ball might have beaten him there, but the tag didn't.
Correct.
And a nice job by Autino.
Yeah, credit Autino also for hustling all the way out of the box.
And he ends up at second. And they're going to go ahead and give him a hit. And that'll bring up Caden Connor. First pitch in there for a strike. This one lifted up back toward the screen. Playable for Zitko, and he's got it for the out. So Connor retired on the foul out. 1 down. A runner at second, and DeAndre Smith will be the batter. Smith heading to USC in the fall out of San Dimas High School. Another exciting prospect for the Trojans on the horizon. And the fastball up in the zone for ball one. And there you get a good look at DeAndre Smith. Be followed by Connor Burns. As the Pirates bat in the bottom of the second, trying to extend on a 1-0 lead. Just on the outside corner. Count evened up at a ball and a strike. One pitch, cued on the right side. Could be trouble, but Cameron fielding it nicely. Put the tag on Smith to get the out.
Boy, it's always such an asset when that pitcher can become the fifth infielder for you.
Yeah, this is a play that can be very tricky. And a nice job by Cameron on the hop. And alertly able to put the tag on Smith. On the play, Tino does advance to third. So a runner at third with 2 down. And that'll bring up Connor Burns. Burns, another incoming freshman, as he is heading to Long Beach State. Takes the first offering for a ball.
Played his high school baseball at Don Lugo in Chino. Really had a nice campaign his junior year at .349. Knocked in 27 runs.
Lined into left field. It'll drop in for a hit. Another run for the Pirates. Burns rounds first, looking at second, and he slides in safely with a double.
I did not have that on 3.
So the Pirates played another one, and they take a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the second.
Is it 19? Yeah. Coming to 3 out.
And that will bring up Sean McLeod.
On 3. Ready on 1. Go 1. Camera 3 after this pitch. You'll be back on the hitters. Back to the hitter, please, on 3. Back to the hitter.
Fastball from Cameron misses high. And look up and down the roster, and the Pirates roster kind of jumps out at you. A lot of players heading to some major programs.
Ready on 1.
This is a pretty powerful travel club in the Inland Valley Pirates. A wave and a miss. Count evened up at a ball and a strike on McLeod.
McLeod originally committed to St. Mary's, but after the coaching change, he's now headed to Long Beach State. Ayala High School in Chino Hills,
Where he'll be a teammate of Connor Burns, who stands on second. Cameron will check the runner. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, and Zitko able to come up with it. 2 balls and a strike.
You know, you and I were talking before the game. We were talking basically about Southern California being a hotbed for football, but just as many baseball prospects come out of this Southern California region as well.
Yeah, it's nice when you can recruit locally.
Yes, it
And
is.
that is an advantage that certainly a lot of schools out here enjoy. Big swing and a miss from McLeod. Might have gotten a piece. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
He was trying to make it 4-0 right there with that big cut.
I haven't seen someone take one out yet.
I had one for baseball. Well, do you have 5 seconds there? I have 7, 11, 7, 12.
Cameron working into his 4th inning on the day as he works here in the second. Misses that one high. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Sean McLeod. Josh Scheck would be next. Cameron from the belt. Here's the payoff pitch. Missed it inside. Might have gotten a piece of McLeod also.
Yeah, I think it did hit him.
Well, now I don't know what to put down on my score sheet.
I thought it hit him, and I thought the umpire held up his arms. Might have nicked him right in the forearm.
I think you got it. We're going to take a look at the replay here, and yeah, no question. That's a good job on the replay, and you can see that definitely got McLeod. So mystery solved. First and second, 2 down. And Sheck will be the batter. Pirates trying to keep it alive. Of course, we'll have full coverage tomorrow as well. And Dennis, you'll be back for the early games.
3 more games coming your way
Yeah.
right here tomorrow from San Manuel Stadium in San Bernardino. Should be another warm day on tap for us.
I would think so. July in San Bernardino, I think, pretty predictable.
First one coming your way at noon. The SoCal Hitmen and the Bucks.
First pitch in the dirt, a ball and no strikes.
Member of our crew actually just volunteered information. He played for the Hitmen.
Emery practically from the Johnny Cash school. He's been everywhere. If there's a league out here, he's played in it.
Watch out, broken bat.
Foul ball. And it's a ball and a strike, and Sheck will have to go back and get another club.
And these Pirates will be back at it versus the Bucks tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, first pitch.
And we'll have that for you here on SoCal College Sports. But again, full coverage throughout the day.
Very nice, Corey, on you after that replay. Very good. Hold that shot. Ready on 4, go 4. You're clear on 3, back to game. You're watching that.
And there is Josh Sheck. As he stands in, a ball and a strike the count. Runners at first and second. And back to the screen.
Sheck comes from a baseball family. His dad played at San Francisco State.
Cameron, a quick look, now comes home and gets the called strike to retire the side. Sheck down on strikes, and the Pirates are done, but not before they add to the lead. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on base through 2 complete. Pirates on top of the Waves, 2-0. It's the inaugural Best of the West tournament from San Bernardino here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Thomas, Mitch Morales, Griffin Zitko due up for the Waves against Ricky Tiedemann, who will work into his second inning. And the first pitch, a fastball for a strike.
Thomas was hitless in the first game for the Waves. He was 0 for 4. He did reach on an error.
Off speed and a wave and a miss, and it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes. And I tell you, Dennis, that's not fair.
That's
when
not.
You see the fastball from Tiedemann, and then he shows you this. There's just no way you're going to be ready for that. Here's the 0-2. Back to the fastball, and it's outside. So a ball and 2 strikes on Drew Thomas. Tiedemann winds and delivers, tries the breaking ball again and misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Drew Thomas playing for Pacific University up in Oregon. Just finished up his sophomore season. Goes after the fastball, down on strikes. Tiedemann's now fanned 4 straight after giving up a leadoff hit to Caden Zubo back in the 2nd inning. And this might look familiar.
I think they're a little bit excited in San Diego to have this kid coming their way.
They heat with 2 strikes, and again, Thomas not able to catch up, and that'll bring up Mitch Morales. Morales also in the lineup earlier today out in center field, and he delivered a couple of hits and 4 at-bats. A swing and a miss.
He had a double, scored a run, also stole a base. Dropping him in the lineup for Game 2 here this evening.
And there is a good look at Ricky Tiedemann. Kicks and delivers and misses high. 1 ball, 1 strike on Mitch Morales. And Morales takes the breaking ball for strike 2. Down in the count now, a ball and 2 strikes. Morales, a senior at Utah Valley University. Tiedemann tried the fastball and missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Morales having a strong senior campaign at the time of a stoppage of play at Utah Valley, batting .329. Drop 3rd strike, but plenty of time to throw down and retire Morales, and Tiedemann keeps the strikeout train going. That's 5 in a row as he fans Morales. 2 down, base is empty, and that'll bring up Zitko. Zitko started out as the extra hitter in the lineup, but now playing behind the plate after Anselmo was forced to leave with an apparent injury. And there is Griffin Zitko. And the fastball up in the zone, and Zitko is out in front. 2 balls and no strikes. Yeah, give Zitko a little bit of credit here. Make Tiedemann throw a strike. Maybe you can get ahead in the count, get yourself on base, and now he's way out in front.
Got to believe he'll be taking these next 2 pitches.
We'll see if Zitko has the bat on his shoulders here on the 3-0. And indeed, as Tiedemann pumps a strike in there, 3 balls and a strike. Tiedemann working quickly, and he misses it outside. Yep. As you get a look at Matt Sanchez, and he is slated to pitch next after Tiedemann, so it would appear as though Tiedemann's set to go a couple of innings here, and I think if you're in that Waves dugout, that's probably some welcome news.
That's a big sigh of relief you hear coming from that dugout.
Zitko works a 2-out walk, and that'll bring up Mason Campbell. Top of the order, he struck out to get things underway. And the off-speed pitch misses. A ball and no strikes on Campbell. Campbell, after a couple of years at Mount San Antonio College, on his way to Hawaii Hilo this fall. Breaking ball catches the inside corner, a ball and a strike.
You know, that's one of the things I love about Summer League Baseball. You hear so many of these obscure schools, Hawaii Hilo. We have a Northwest Nazarene.
I'd say Mason Campbell knows where to go to school.
He does. He does indeed.
May I say, good choice. Here's the 1-1 in there for a strike. A ball and 2 strikes, and Pirate pitchers struck out 7 of the first 10 batters they faced here tonight, between Lambert in the first and Tiedemann in the last couple of innings. 1 and 2 on Campbell, looking to make it 8. And he's got him. Cold strike 3. Campbell down on strikes. And the Waves done in the top of the third. No runs, no hits. 1 man left on base. Through 2.5. Inland Valley with the 2-0 lead. You're watching the 2020 Best of the West tournament here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Yeah, it's a good call.
No, seriously, look at this kid's face.
Bottom of the third. And it'll be Jordan Koo, and then the top of the order, E.J. Andrews and Tyrus Turner. For the Pirates, who already lead it 2-0. New pitcher on the mound, left-hander Brian Hazelwood, making his first appearance of the tournament for the Waves.
Another one of those players from Palomar Community College.
Yeah, Hazelwood out of El Camino High School and heading to Palomar this next season.
Ready on 3, go free.
And there is Jordan Koo. The switch hitter will bat from the right side against the left-hander Hazelwood, and the first pitch in there for a strike to Koo. Playing at Orange Coast College this season, just in spot duty for the Pirates. Just 4 at-bats in the shortened campaign. Actually, sorry, Koo batting 200, 7 for 35 for the Pirates this season, and he's down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes.
Well, we can close the books on the Wave starting pitcher Cameron Chandler. 2 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned. Struck out 3, however, he walked 2 and he hit a batter. So for his second straight outing, definitely control issues.
Next time we have a chance to.
Koo in a hole, no balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, please go to the pitcher.
Off-speed pitch in the dirt, a ball and 2 strikes the count.
Another thing about Summer League Baseball, batting 12 in the lineup today,
Right.
or tonight, I should say, are the Bucks.
And Koo goes after the breaking ball. And he's down on strikes. So Hazelwood gets the strikeout to start the bottom of the third, and that'll bring up E.J. Andrews. Flied out his first time up. As you get a look at E.J. Andrews. Drafted in the Major League Baseball draft by the Pittsburgh Pirates, round 36.
This guy from Fresno State?
And indeed, he's a sophomore at Fresno State.
Notice that helmet.
Starting 15 games as a freshman, batting .290. Did cool off somewhat in his sophomore campaign. Just 5 for 40 as he goes after the breaking ball. A ball and a strike the count. Again, the breaking ball in there for a strike. And that's a ball and 2 strikes on E.J. Andrews. That's good location. Low and on the outside corner. Hazelwood continuing with the breaking stuff. Count evened up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ground ball to second. Easy play for Rafael. And he'll retire Andrews for out number 2.
Andrews hustling down the line all the way. And it's somewhat of a close play over there at first.
That'll bring up Tyrus Turner. Walked and eventually came around to score. And he did a lot of it himself with a couple of stolen bases. And then scored on a wild pitch.
He did indeed. Got great jumps, stealing second and third.
In there for a strike. And for Hazelwood, a tough assignment here, working to the top of the order for the most part here in the third. And he's done a good job getting the first 2 batters, and he goes to work on Turner here with a strike. Here's the 0-1. Tailing outside. Don't have a whole lot on Hazelwood, and obviously don't really see the overpowering stuff, but location has been there so far, and he has Turner out in front on the breaking ball. A ball and 2 strikes. A lot of ways you can get things done on the mound.
Greg Maddox, great example. Didn't have the throw the hardest, but location, location, and location.
Here's the 1-2 to Turner. Breaking ball back up the middle, a base hit. And Turner is back on the base paths. 2 stolen bases the first time. We'll see if Turner goes to work again. Hayden Winters will be the batter. He struck out his first time up. In a shortened season at USC as a freshman, Turner did have 6 stolen bases. So just as you would expect, it's not out of nowhere.
No, and he's got a good size lead over there at first base.
A huge lead, and that draws a look from Hazelwood. He's going to step off the rubber. Yes. 0-1 the count on Winters. And that one misses high, 2 balls, or I should say now it's a ball and a strike.
Winters has some pop in that bat. 3 home runs before the season was halted. It's good size, 6'2", 220.
And they've got him picked off, but the throw down, not in time. Turner steals it anyway. Well, Hazelwood with the throw over, but Turner with a good job, just never stopped. and beats the ball down to second and beats it easily. So a ball and a strike, and Turner now in scoring position. 3 stolen bases in the game already as he leads away from second. Here's the 1-1 to Winters. Off speed in the dirt, and Turner quickly able to move to third as Zitko had a little trouble finding the handle. And that is just simply a mistake you cannot afford to make with Terrence Turner on the bases. That one didn't get too far away from Zitko at all.
I'll probably age myself with this one, but wait till after this pitch.
Lined hard, but to third baseman Morales, who makes the sensational grab to retire the side. A run saver by Morales. And we'll give you a look at this one as we head to break. Robs Winters of the base hit, robs the Pirates of another run, and through 3 complete, it remains 2-0 Pirates. It's the 2020 Best of the West tournament here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Joey Hawk will lead things off in the top of the 4th. Waves maybe looking for a bit of momentum after the sensational play to rob the Pirates of a run by Morales to end the bottom of the 3rd. Good news, bad news if you're the Waves. The good news is you're done with Ricky Tiedemann, but the bad news is it only continues with Matt Sanchez, a senior out of Cal State Fullerton, so another good arm coming at you from the Pirates. The first pitch in there for a strike.
Yeah, for the Titans, he appeared in 5 games, all at relief, 7 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned. Pretty good strikeout to walk ratio, 6 strikeouts, just 1 walk, a 3.52 ERA. How about Tiedemann? 2 innings, 1 hit, struck out 5 of the 6.
Yeah, and Sanchez, if you go back to 2019 also, another outstanding year for Cal State Fullerton. So 2 balls and a strike, the count on Hawk, who struck out his first time up.
Yeah, the minuscule .93 ERA. 9 2/3 innings, 2-0 record.
That wasn't a strike.
Joey Hawks 0 for 1. He appeared in the first game. He actually batted 10th as the extra hitter. He was 1 for 3. Scored a run, stole a base.
Gets the call in center field. here in game 3, and that one at the knees for a called strike. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The count on Hawk. Sanchez ready into the wind. Here's the payoff pitch. On the ground to short. And Turner in time to retire Hawk for out number 1 here in the 4th. And Hawk getting down the line, and Turner just beats him. And a nice job by Hayden Winters. And give you one more look there.
He's out.
As Winters does a good job getting up there for that one, keeping the foot on the bag to retire Hawk.
Great shot, Corey, by the way. Good on replay. He was out.
And we'll have a pinch hitter here for Anselmo, who had to leave the game back in the 1st. And it looks like, was that Caden Zubo?
It is Zubo. So I think they're going to skip Anselmo in the lineup.
Okay, and just go with Zubo, who singled leading off the 2nd. A ball and a strike the count. Sanchez ready. Here's the pitch. And he just gets a piece.
Things
Ball
are a
and
little
2
more
strikes.
informal in Summer League baseball.
timing that the right way and getting the rhythm would be really easy. Yeah, there's no way for you.
Well, who could fear informality? Here's the 1-2. Check swing, and Zubo gets a piece to stay alive.
Sanchez spent his first 2 years at Citrus Junior College.
See you, son.
Called strike 3. Zubo down on strikes. 2 down. And Bailey will be the batter. And the Pirate pitchers continue to be lights out through 3 2/3.
If my scorebook is correct, which I hope it is, I believe the Waves have put just 2 balls in play.
And a wave and a miss at the breaking ball for Liam. Or I should say that was Bailey's offering at the first pitch. No balls and a strike. Now the count on Bailey, who struck out his first time up.
I don't think that can work for him. Not that high.
Actually, this isn't Liam Bailey.
Now this is Anselmo.
This is Anselmo. Okay.
So Zubo and Anselmo have switched in the lineup.
Well, I have to say, that is informal.
That is indeed informal. They're taking it to the extreme.
We're all friends here. No balls, 2 strikes, the count on Anselmo. And, of course, obviously the storyline here is it's good to see Micah Anselmo. He certainly left under his own power back in the 1st inning. Don't know what the case might have been, but had to step out of the game for a moment, but he's back in and playing, so obviously that's a good sign. Big swing and a miss, and he's down on strikes to retire the side. Another strikeout, 3 up, 3 down for Sanchez here in the 4th. We head to the bottom of the 4th. The Pirates leading it 2-0. It's the 2020 Best of the West Baseball Tournament here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Jackson Lyons set to lead things off for the Pirates in the bottom of the fourth, to be followed by Cameron Guangarena and then Matt Attino against Brian Hazelwood. The left-hander works into his second inning for the Waves. Lyon walked his first time up. He takes the breaking ball high for a ball to get things started in the bottom of the fourth. Hazelwood ready. This is outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Lyon ahead in the count. Hazelwood ready on the outside corner for a called strike. How about this one? And I'm sure you ran across this one, Dennis, but Jackson Lyon, the cousin of Jeff Reed, the kicker for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So that one misses low. 3 balls and a strike on Lyon. Hazelwood ready. Here's the pitch.
Do kickers count as football players?
Not if you ask Bill Parcells. John Madden, a couple of guys, I suppose. You might get some answers.
Well, I'm sure they
on
do.
both
When
sides of the
somebody
question.
makes a game-winning field goal to send you to a Super Bowl, or when they miss a 50-yard field goal to end the game, well, then they're the GOAT.
Hey,
not
listen,
in a good way.
It's not a job I would want. I'll tell you, it's you get a little nervous for them. I mean, that is tough when a team,
especially in a cold weather environment, wind swirling.
3 hours and out there, and comes down to one play for you, and that is pressure. Pitch misses outside, and Hazelwood starting to struggle with his control as he works to Guangarena. A ball and no strikes.
My apologies, Jeff, if you're listening.
Yeah, let's make sure we answer the question. Of course, they're football players. Swing and a miss for Guangarena. Count evened up at a ball and a strike. And there is Cameron Guangarena. Lyon with a good lead at first. Hazelwood comes home with the 1-1. 2 balls and a strike on Guangarena.
You mentioned his first time up. He was just hitting 109 when the season was halted. A lot of these players who got off the slow starts never got the opportunity to really get it going when the season was halted in mid-March.
Yeah, just a cursory look at the numbers, and you have the sense that the sophomore slump is real. You see some guys as they move up to that next level, and a lot of times can carry some of that success into the freshman year, but then there's the adjustment on the other side, and it's always that game of adjustments. Now young talents like Guangarena, now they have to make adjustments and continue to find a way to get better. And obviously that's the goal moving forward.
Yeah,
As that one in the dirt and a snap throw down, but Lyon back.
he had 261 his freshman campaign. Homer, 26 runs batted in.
3 balls and a strike.
He's in the driver's seat right here.
Hazelwood had a strong third inning, working a scoreless frame, but can't afford to get in trouble with his control as he's worked it back to a full count now on Guangarena.
It's good to be back playing again. However, no fans are allowed. There are several scouts here this evening. It's a good-looking ballpark. Seats about 8,000.
Yeah, home of the San Bernardino 66ers. Payoff pitch and fouled away.
Single A affiliate of the Angels. Park built back in 1996.
Zitko will head out. Talk things over with Hazelwood. Hazelwood, the second pitcher of the night for the Waves, as the Pirates bat here in the bottom of the fourth. Guagrena, another player drafted in the MLB draft back in 2018 in the 36th round in the Blue Jay organization. A highly touted catcher coming out of high school. Popped up in back of second. Bailey under this one and has it for the out. Bailey had a little trouble on a similar ball earlier in the ball game, but that one played easily. So one down, a runner remaining at first, and Tino will be the batter. Well, not as much happening on the base pass if it's not Tyrese Turner on base for the Pirates. And no sooner do I say that, there goes Lyon, as again Hazelwood had him picked off, this time the throw down in time to get Lyon. I see Hazelwood again for the second time with the pickoff. And this time a good throw down from Thomas. Well, wow. And take a look at that one, and I'm not sure.
Well, he might have got him right there.
That Bailey, just the swipe
like,
there.
Yeah, but it looks like he's on the bag already, so it was
we can take a look at that one, moving it back.
His foot strikes right there. He's coming up. Oh, no. I don't know.
A very close play at second as Bailey trying to put the tag on.
Well, it took the field umpire quite some time before he made a call.
So 2 down, and now the bases are empty.
We will come back to that.
It's another one there where the ball beat him there, but did the tag get there? And here is Tino. A double his first time up on the ball that I mentioned before that gave Bailey some trouble in shallow center. No balls and to strike the count. Well, that's a welcome sight if you're Hazelwood. Put the leadoff man aboard. Correct the count here very quickly. It was 3-1. And so Tino with a 2-out walk, and now how big is the pickoff? As it's a runner at first with 2 down, and Caden Connor will be the batter. Fouled out his first time up. Caden Connor, a freshman at Cal State Fullerton this spring. 21 at-bats with 3 hits in his first season at Fullerton. A ball and no strikes the count.
Did manage to draw 5 walks, so you know he's got a pretty good eye up there at the plate. Had a pretty good career at Orange Lutheran High School out of the Trinity League.
Yep.
Named first team All-Trinity League in his senior season.
Indeed, going back, you look and led the team in batting his junior year. Certainly goes a long way toward explaining how he ended up at Cal State Fullerton.
Yes.
Playing as a freshman. All speed in there for a strike, a ball and a strike. The count on Connor. Tino with a lead from first. That one misses low, 2 balls and a strike. Well, I think at this point you have to be pretty leery about trying to take much of a lead against Hazelwood. We've seen 2 good moves in the 2 innings he's been on the mound. It was only Turner's speed that was able to beat the pickoff and end up still getting the stolen base. Breaking ball popped up, foul territory, left side, now to play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The count on Caden Connor. DeAndre Smith would be next for the Pirates if Connor can keep it alive.
It's just less stable. It's just less stable at that height, though. That's where the saving you were doing.
It's not as responsive.
Yeah.
Some of those plays that we're getting at Corey's getting.
Yeah.
I think he needs to stay. I think he figure out.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's got a great camera.
Hazelwood starting to work more deliberately, and now he'll step off. He was working at a much faster clip, and as he's put a couple of runners on here in the fourth, the pace has slowed noticeably. And another throw over.
Probably the same time because you're going to push slot at the same time. No. I mean, how much are we leaving that for? Originally? Just taking over cameras, but leaving on breaks, right?
There goes the runner. Popped up again on the left side. And again, just out of play. So the Pirates try to get something going. Tino back to first. And we'll do it again with a 2-2 count. Outfield moving in a couple of steps. Playing Connor very shallow in left and center. The 2-2 from Hazelwood. Connor swings and lifts this one into shallow left. Perfectly placed. It's in there for a base hit. So Connor finds the perfect spot with a 2-out single. And now it's runners at first and second. And that'll bring up DeAndre Smith, who grounded back to the mound his first time up.
That was a really nice at-bat by Connor. Just kept fouling off pitch after pitch. Finally waited for something that he could handle. Went opposite field.
Yeah, it looked like pretty good location from Hazelwood again. Kind of jammed him, but give Connor a lot of credit. Enough strength to get that one out into shallow left, and no chance for Campbell or Bailey to make that play. And it's 2 on, 2 out, and an opportunity for DeAndre Smith to extend the lead. There's DeAndre Smith wearing the San Diego helmet against the San Diego Waves. You have to smile at the irony. First pitch misses a ball and no strikes. Hazelwood has allowed 3 of the 4 batters he's faced in the inning to reach, and here's another one as that's a base hit into right for Smith. 1 run will score. Smith rounding first. He's going to head into second. They'll wave the runner. Here comes Connor. He'll score. It ends up as a 2-run triple for DeAndre Smith, and the Pirates now lead it 4-0.
And all this damage coming with 2 outs here in the inning. And Smith doing a nice job going opposite field, just going with the pitch.
Yeah, Hazelwood just that close of getting out of the inning. This is another perfectly placed ball. Meanwhile, it appears the inning is over.
They're rolling the inning.
So we'll head to the top of the 5th with the Pirates leading it 4-0 here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. heading to the top of the fifth. And for the moment, the Pirates lead it 4-0. We gave you a look at the replay there, tried to check and see if there was something with the bases in that play. And right now, we're still not exactly sure what the call is. We have dispatched Dennis Ackerman down to the field to try and find out exactly what the call was. And we'll update you on that. Meanwhile, for the moment, it remains 4-0 as Logan Parker leads things off in the top of the fifth against Matt Sanchez. That pitch outside, 2 balls and a strike on Parker. Parker, a strikeout victim, his first time up. Sanchez into the wind and the high heat. Blows it by Parker, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sanchez a 1-2-3 inning in the fourth. His first inning of work. This one fouled away by Parker. Parker will be followed by Rafael and Drew Thomas in the top of the fifth. Got him. Sanchez back to the gas. He's now struck out 3 in a row. As he gets Parker. That'll bring up Rafael. He struck out to end the second. Figure to see Sanchez for this inning, maybe next inning, but Kyle Anderson, Sebastian Diaz slated to pitch as well in this one.
Oh, they rolled it. Yep. See, that's what I thought.
First pitch in there for a strike.
Okay. Just timeline, I guess.
Here is the 0-1. And Rafael, a swing and a miss. In a hole now, no balls and 2 strikes. Dennis Ackerman is back with us. And well, it turns out the mystery was no mystery at all, I guess.
They rolled the inning over. After DeAndre Smith delivered the 2-run triple.
So it's 4-0 officially. And here's the 0-2. A little high. A ball and 2 strikes to Rafael. It's the call at second base for the Waves here in Game 3. It's day 1, the inaugural Best of the West tourney here from San Manuel Stadium in San Bernardino. Happy you've joined us.
We've seen a little bit of everything. We've seen a rollover, and we believe Anselmo Zubo might have batted out of order back in that 4th inning for the Waves. So,
or it's just informal. We don't know
very
just
informal.
yet.
You're right.
We've got a couple of theories. Here's the 1-2 to Rafael, breaking ball, and Rafael stays alive.
What's
A
the old
ball
adage?
and 2 strikes.
You always see something new when you come to the ballpark every day.
Well, you're going to see something new in this format, that's
Yes,
for
you
sure.
are.
Well, we were pretty blown away by Ricky Tiedemann and what we saw from him in the 2 innings. Dynamite stuff, and I think you have to be very impressed with Sanchez so far. 4 batters, he struck out 3 of them as he works on Rafael with a 1-2 count. Just outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, Tiedemann, 2 innings. Struck out 5, walked just 1, gave up a hit. But he had some impressive stuff here this evening.
Here is the 2-2. And a good job by Rafael to just reach out and get a piece. And he'll get another look. Hasn't gotten a whole lot easier. And yeah, look down the Waves roster, and I referenced this a little bit before, but it looks, again, at first glance, as that is called strike 3, another strikeout for Sanchez. He's now set down 5 straight, striking out 4 of them. But as you look at the roster up and down, the Waves a little bit younger team, maybe. Some players, a lot of relationship to Palomar College players playing there currently or heading there. And you just think this is just such a great experience for these players to get a look at some of this pitching, this level of play from a team like the Pirates that has some players working at Cal State Fullerton, at Fresno State, at USC. Slow chopper on the left side, and a great job by Atino to charge and get Thomas by a step to retire the side. Give you one more look at the replay as we head to break here halfway through, and it's 4-0 in favor of the Pirates. You're watching the Best of the West tournament here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. McLeod and Sheck due up for the Pirates in the bottom of the fifth. New pitcher on the mound for the Waves, and it'll be Richard Yokigua. Yeah, I'm going to go with Yokiwa. Yokiwa. Thanks, Dennis. Big swing for Burns. He fouls it away. It's a ball and 2 strikes on Burns. Had a double his first time up. So Yokiwa, whose nickname is Yo-Yo. I do remember that. Played in the game earlier today in the field. And the Waves have quite a few players that both bat and pitch up and down the roster.
Yeah, so got the start at first base. Had a single, reach base a couple of times.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Burns.
Tall, slender kid, 6'2", $165.
2-2 pitch. That one back to the mound. Easy play for Yokiwa. And 1 down here in the 5th.
Once again, we see a great example of a pitcher becoming that 5th infielder. Also plays first base, so very good fielder.
And there is a good look at Yokiwa. And that'll bring up Sean McLeod, hit by a pitch his first time up. Big swing and a miss. And there is Sean McLeod.
Didn't get cheated on that swing, did he?
He gets after it. And Sean McLeod, initially on his way to St. Mary's, but now on his way to Long Beach State. The count evened up, a ball and a strike. Yokiwa ready into the wind. Here's the 1-1 to McLeod. On the inside corner, a ball and 2 strikes. Yokiwa. Currently playing for Point Loma Nazarene as a junior. And indeed, just as you would expect, 4 for 13 at the plate, but also 3 starts on the mound for Point Loma Nazarene. And McLeod hit by a pitch again on his way to first. 1 down. And that'll bring up Josh Scheck.
3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Good time.
See, that's if I had another person doing it.
Yokiwa ready. And the fastball in for a strike. No balls and a strike on Scheck, who struck out his first time up back in the second inning. So McLeod at first. Well, the Waves are trailing 4-0, but nobody's had a tougher night than McLeod, who's been hit by a pitch twice.
That's the old adage, get on any way you can.
Right?
He's taken a couple for the team, not one, but two.
Yeah, no, I mean, it works. It works.
Now Scheck will try to pick him up. A ball and a strike the count. And a quick throw over, and McLeod back easily. Jordan Koo. And then Austin Schell, who has been inserted into the lineup.
Yeah, Shell played earlier in the day for the Bucks.
That one just foul. And a ball and 2 strikes. Nearly extra bases for Scheck. We'll see if Shell can make an appearance for every team before the tournament's all said and done. He's 1 day in. He's already been on 2 teams.
It's all about getting some experience and some at-bats here in this summer.
He's going home with 4 jerseys.
And he doesn't need to even exchange any with the opposing teams. All the teams he's going to play for.
1 and 2 on Scheck, with Koo waiting on deck. And a quick throw over. The lefty Yokiwa comes home. And a check swing from Scheck, but he went around. And he goes down on strikes for out number 2 here in the 5th. And Koo will be the batter. Give you a look at the replay here. Scheck unable to hold up. Koo struck out his first time up. First pitch missing well inside. A ball and no strikes on Koo. Goes after the high fastball, and a ball and a strike.
Yeah, that's going to get old. That's going to get old after a couple innings. But you said you don't mind. Wait one on that shot. Is that the bullpen?
McLeod away from first, fouled back by Koo, and a ball and 2 strikes the count.
Jeff, right here. New pitcher for next inning, probably. Number 9.
As you get a look at Kyle Anderson, scheduled to come in on the mound for the Pirates in the next inning. Pirates already laid out the plan on the mound. And Sanchez will finish up his evening. 6 up, 6 down in a couple innings for Matt Sanchez. A ball and 2 strikes. Meanwhile, the count on Koo with McLeod at first and 2 down. Yokiwa's pitch misses low and away. Four runs on 5 hits for the Pirates. No runs on just 1 hit for the Waves. Neither team has committed an error. Meanwhile, Koo has worked it all the way back to a full count. Cold strike 3. Yokiwa gets the inside corner and retires the Pirates here in the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base. We are through 5 complete. The Pirates on top of the Waves, 4-0. It's the Best of the West baseball tournament from San Bernardino here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. And a new pitcher, Kyle Anderson, on the mound for the Pirates as they lead it 4-0. Wrapping up day 1 here at the inaugural Best of the West baseball tournament here from San Bernardino. You see Kyle Anderson on his way to UC Riverside. How about this? While we're busy talking about that, you can almost overlook the fact that Carson Lambert got things started with an oh, by the way, 3 up, 3 down first inning when he struck out 2 batters. We've scarcely mentioned his name, but you can't do it a whole lot better than that. It's been a dominating performance on the mound for the Pirates here in their first game of this tournament. They'll be back in action tomorrow, and we will certainly have them in Game 3 here on SoCalCollegeSports.com when they'll be taking on the OC Bucks. But there will be coverage tomorrow all day from start to finish. And we hope you will join us for some or all of it. As Mitch Morales will lead things off against Anderson, first pitch swinging, and he fouls it away. Morales, a strikeout victim, back in the 3rd. Morales had what might be the lone highlight of this game so far for the Waves. And actually, I want to correct myself. Morales was due up, but it's Drew Thomas who's at the plate. So we'll get to Morales shortly as Thomas is the batter with a count of 2 balls and a strike. I missed something, Dennis? I thought I had Thomas up there after Rafael last inning. Okay.
Thomas is aboard here to lead off the 6th inning.
I already hit it.
Career base runner here this evening for the Waves.
Got hit in the head.
How about in number 8?
Third runner of the evening.
Morales.
You're not going to find out.
And here is Morales, and I started to make the point that Morales might have what would be the lone highlight so far of the Waves in this one with the sensational grab he made earlier to rob the Pirates of a sure run back in, I believe, the 3rd inning. This one lifted into right center, long run for Andrews, and it's going to drop in for a hit for Morales, who will end up at second with a double. And the Waves have something going against Kyle Anderson here in the 6th with runners at 2nd and 3rd and nobody out. Griffin Zitko due up. And this one just up over the heads of Caden Connor and E.J. Andrews in right center. And Morales with a double. And now 2 runners in scoring position, still nobody out as Anderson works to Zitko. Misses with his first offering, a ball and no strikes. And there is Zitko. Zitko on behind the plate. He was in the lineup as the extra hitter, but took over behind the plate, switching with Anselmo. And he's ahead now, 2 balls and no strikes. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and a strike on Zitko. Walked his first time up. Back in the third. And the fastball from Anderson misses low.
Waves left 6 runners aboard in their first game, which they lost 6-2.
Here's the 3-1. At the knees, called strike 2. Anderson in a jam. Payoff pitch, got him. Called strike 3, and Zitko knew it. Right back to the fastball. And again, just good location from Anderson on that outside corner.
But if you're Zitko, you just got to get that runner home from third with less than 2 outs.
Yeah, find a way to put it in play if you can. Certainly, that's the game plan, but give Anderson a lot of credit. Came up with a couple of big pitches. He was down 3-1 in the count, and able to get Zitko on strikes. And he's ahead of Campbell now, no balls and a strike. Campbell has struck out twice. And the fastball high, a ball and a strike. Big spot here for Campbell, and I think Derek, to the Dennis, I should say, to the point that we were making before, Campbell's got to find a way to put this ball in play. Fastball up in the zone again, 2 balls and a strike, and a good job by Campbell laying off.
Getting late for the Waves. How many more opportunities they're going to have in this one.
The infield is back at all 4 spots, and they will concede the run for the out on a ball hit on the ground, as that one's fouled away by Campbell, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Thomas at third, Morales at second. And there is Mason Campbell. The 2-2 from Anderson. Fouled away again. Anderson from the belt. Here's the 2-2. Tried to go off speed, and Campbell again able to fight it off. Good battle between Mason Campbell, Kyle Anderson.
Campbell doing a good job. He's looking for a pitch that he can do something with. At least get that runner home from third and cut into this 4-0 deficit.
This is one of these one of those situations that you see quite often where a long at bat, and you feel like the longer it goes, the more it starts to favor the hitter, the more looks that they get. But Kyle Anderson got to try and come up with something nasty here with runners at second and third. Still only 1 out. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, and Campbell down on strikes. And it was a high fastball from Kyle Anderson. One of those pitches so very hard to lay off, and it's out of the zone, but right up at your eyes, and you want to go after it, and Campbell does, and comes up empty. And What a job by Anderson, and now he's just got to find a way to get one more batter, and he's out of this inning unscathed. That one fouled back to the screen. And Dylan Morris will be the batter, batting for Joey Hawk. In there for a strike.
Morris played in game 1. He was the leadoff hitter for the Waves. He was 0 for 4, struck out a couple of times.
Anderson from the belt. Blooped behind second. Could be trouble. It's going to drop in for a base hit. That'll score 1, but they will hold up Morales at third. So Morris delivers a 2-out base hit, and for Anderson, all that work almost out of the jam, but Morris able to come up with a 2-out single, and the Waves have their first run of the game. And they are going to call that the inning, and the Waves will settle for 1 run, and we will head to the bottom of the 6th with the Pirates leading it 4-1 in the Best of the West baseball tournament from San Bernardino here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Bottom of the 6th. And it'll be Austin Shell leading things off for the Pirates, and then the top of the order, E.J. Andrews, against new pitcher Griffin Teicher. Teicher, the catcher, if memory serves, earlier today for the Waves.
Teicher got the start in right field.
Right field, okay.
He was 1 for 4, had an RBI single.
Into the wind and misses inside, a ball and a strike. Teicher, a senior at Cal State San Marcos, playing in all 22 games in the shortened campaign at San Marcos. And he has been moving back and forth in the lineup and on the mound at Cal State San Marcos over his 4 years. As that one fouled away. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Austin Shell played earlier in the day for the Bucks. He was 0 for 3.
Well, if he had managed to come up with a hit and he had a hit here, he would have gone back to one of the old Major League Baseball trivia questions of the player that had had a hit for two different teams in the same day.
I'm going to take a guess. I think I know who it is.
All right, I'm impressed. I'm impressed at the guess already.
I think we're going to go back to the 80s and say Joel Youngblood.
You are right.
But I couldn't tell you the teams. I just know the player.
Actually, I believe I know the teams.
Okay.
I think it's the Mets and the Expos.
Okay. The fact that we're mentioned in the Expos is even better.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. 3-2, slow curve, and he misses, and a leadoff walk for Shell. Hey, how wrong can you go if you mention Joel Youngblood?
Or the Expos.
Right? Just missing on the breaking ball. Managed to freeze Shell, did Teicher, but didn't get the called strike. And instead it's a leadoff walk, and here comes E.J. Andrews, who's 0 for 2, flied out and grounded out. And the first pitch in the dirt, a ball and no strikes. There you see Andrews, the junior at Fresno State. There goes Shell. And the throw down not in time, another stolen base. And the Pirates continue to feast on the base pass. 4 stolen bases in the game in 5 attempts, as it's Shell who steals second. A ball and no strikes now on Andrews. And we're not sure if we're going 7 or 9. We're starting to suspect that this might only be 7 innings. It could be a time issue here in this one.
This one started about almost an hour late.
Yeah, I think originally it was supposed to go at 7:30 and get near to 8 o'clock, certainly before we ended up getting started. But as we've said more than a few times, this is just day one. We're still easing into it. A ball and a strike, or I should say 2 balls and 2 strikes. They count now on Andrews. Lifted into right, but playable. And it's Subo who comes down with it. Meanwhile, Shell tagging on the play, and he will make it to third with 1 down. So that's an alert play by Shell on the base pass. Stole second. And able to take the extra base on the fly ball to right. That one nearly got away, but Shell not able to advance any further. And he's at third with 1 down.
It's kind of good old-fashioned baseball. Andrews goes to right. It's a productive out. Shell wisely tags up, takes third. Now he's in, can score, wild pitch, pass ball.
And here is a strong candidate for player of the game, certainly in Tyrese Turner, who's perfect on the night, a single and a walk with 3 stolen bases, and now has an opportunity to drive in a run with Shell at third and only 1 down. No balls and a strike the count. And Turner in a hole now, no balls and 2 strikes.
When a pitcher comes in front, can you call him, please?
Curveball lifted into left, twisting. It's a fair ball. Turner's going to have extra bases, and the Pirates have another run. On a double by Turner, holds up at second. Now a little bit of trouble in left, and Turner's going to try and take third, and he will. So you can't place it a whole lot better than Turner does here as you watch the replay. Another hit for Turner. He drops this one just inside the line. And there you get a good look at that. That's Mason Campbell out there trying to argue for a ground rule double. So that one's out of play. And they will indeed send Turner back to second with an RBI double, as Winter is the batter. And takes a pitch for a ball. So runner at second. And it's 2 balls and no strikes on Winter. Turner dances away from second. Teicher ready. Here's the pitch to Winter. Slow curve and a swing and a miss. 2 balls and a strike on Hayden Winters. Winters 0 for 2, struck out and lined out. It was Winters who was robbed on the sensational play by Morales back in the 3rd inning. The fastball misses low and away.
Jeff, we're spotting something in the stands for you really quick.
3-1 on Winters.
We have a Marlins fan.
How do you know? They're saying that's a Marlins fan, but that's pretty nondescript. Shallow center, but Morris moving on to make the catch, and he will double up Turner, who had strayed away from second to retire the side, but not before the Pirates add a run on an RBI double by Tyrus Turner. We're through 6 complete, and the Pirates leading the Waves 5-1 on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Zubo leading things off in the top of the 7th, and he skies this one on the right side. Smith under it. Has it for the out. 1 pitch, 1 out for the new pitcher, Sebastian Diaz. Diaz, the 5th pitcher of the night for the Pirates. And the right-hander up on the bump. And Jonathan Combs will be the batter. Diaz working quickly. Bouncing ball to second. DeAndre Smith. The throw wide. And Combs going to be safe at first on the throwing error by Smith. Looked like Smith had the time, just misfired.
Maybe too much time.
So Combs at first. Diaz was working on an incredibly quick inning, but Smith missed on the throw and a runner aboard with 1 down. Good fastball from Diaz in there for a strike to Liam Bailey. Bailey's 0 for 2, struck out a couple of times. Diaz from the stretch.
Diaz was having a wonderful year at Cypress Community College. 8 appearances, started 8 games. Was 5-0 with a minuscule 166 ERA.
Yeah, for a Cypress team that was having another outstanding season in the Orange Empire Conference. There goes the runner. Throw down and the tag. Not in time.
That throw was to the shortstop side of the bag. I think if it's to the second base side, they might have had a play on him.
Yeah, good pitch to handle for Guangarena behind the plate. This is a fastball up in the zone. You can't ask for a lot better pitch. Good jump from Combs, and he's just able to beat the tag from Tyrus Turner. Count now 3 balls and a strike on Bailey. Diaz ready. And that one high and tight. And Bailey is aboard. So what was shaping up to be a fairly routine inning for Sebastian Diaz gets a little more interesting. Now 2 on with only 1 out. Logan Parker due up next. Still no balls, or I should say still looking for his first hit is Parker. He's 0 for 2 as he fouls this one away.
Parker just trying to put the ball in play. Struck out both times. Swinging in the second, looking in the fifth.
Yeah, how about that? Bailey, Parker, and Rafael all due up, and each one of them struck out on each at bat so far in this one. And I think that speaks to just how good the Pirates have been on the mound. And quickly, Parker now down, no balls and 2 strikes. Curveball misses outside, a ball and 2 strikes. We're going to hold it here at the end of this half inning. We're still a little unclear on whether or not they're wrapping this up in 7 innings or if this one is going to continue. So at the end of this half inning, we're just going to wait and see and take a look and try and determine. Not a lot of communication. This one off the end of the bat could be 2, and it is, to retire the side. So Parker with the soft line drive, but it turns into a double play to end the top of the 7th. And we will hold on here for a bit and see if this one is going to continue or not. Here in Game 3 with the score 5-1 heading to the bottom of the 7th. Bottom of the 7th, Lyon leading things off. Squibb towards second. Rafael charging. He'll go to first in time to get Lyon for the first out here in the bottom of the 7th. And Rafael gets the quick break and is able to get Lyon at first by a half a step. 4 out number 1. Juan Garena, 0 for 2 in the game. There's Teicher. Misses inside, a ball and no strikes. Teicher ready, big swing and a miss for Juan Garena.
9.
1-1. Teicher ready. Inside.
Number 3.
Juan Garena.
Down in 3, 2, 1.
Now ready. Driven into right field and deep. Zubo back to the wall. This will one-hop the wall. Zubo giving chase. Juan Garena rounding second. He is going to head into third and get there standing with a triple. Juan Garena with a 1-out triple. And this one up over the head of Zubo. And Juan Garena at third with 1 down. This one gets away on the swing and a miss by Autino, and Juan Garena will come home and score. So the ball gets away from Zitko behind the plate, and Juan Garena able to score easily and push the lead to 6-1 in favor of Inland Valley. That one high and tight from Teicher to Autino, and the count now a ball and a strike. Two balls and a strike on Matt Autino. Autino, perfect on the night. A double and a walk. Couple of runs scored. Swing and a miss. Teicher took a little something off, and the count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Full count now to Matt Autino. Caden Connor due up next. Teicher quickly up on the rubber. It's cold. Strike 3. Autino down on strikes. Teicher gets the punch out. 2 down. Base is empty. And Caden Connor will be the batter, who's 1 for 2. A base hit his last time up back in the 4th. First pitch to Connor, in there for a strike. Connor, another member of the Inland Valley squad, playing for Cal State Fullerton. And he's quickly in a hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2. Into right field, a base hit for Connor. So Connor with a 2-hit game. He's at first with 2 down, and DeAndre Smith will be the batter. Smith with a 2-run triple his last time up. That was back in the 4th. He's 1 for 2 in the game. Connor away from second. That one inside for ball one.
What's the number?
1.
And there is DeAndre Smith on his way to USC. Off speed in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. Couple of hard hit balls this inning off Griffin Teicher. And the Pirates with another run, and Smith now way out in front, 3 balls and no strikes. Teicher ready, working quickly. Into left field for another base hit. 2-hit game for DeAndre Smith. 3 hits in the inning for the Pirates. And that will run out the time in the bottom of the 7th. But the Pirates add another run on 3 hits. And we head to the 8th. Inland Valley on top 6-1. It's the inaugural Best of the West tournament from San Bernardino here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Colby Rafael will lead things off in the top of the 8th. Drew Thomas and Mitch Morales to follow for the Waves, 6-1 as Bach goes to work for his second inning. I should say, Diaz goes to work for his second inning. So the word we have is that we're going for one more inning for sure. We will play the 8th, and then the 9th inning will be played if Sebastian Diaz, the final pitcher of the evening for Inland Valley, decides that he would like to pitch another inning. So it pretty much comes down to that. So we'll wait and see how that develops. It's a ball and 2 strikes on Rafael, who's 0 for 2 in the game.
So we don't have any fans, but we have a beeper going off here in the press box. So a little atmosphere for you folks who are still with us, a little after 10 o'clock Pacific.
Slow roller towards second. McLeod charging, and he can't come up with it cleanly. And Rafael is on first. We'll wait and see how they ultimately decide to score that. Well, I got to tell you, Dennis, I never thought I'd say these words, but I wouldn't mind if they opened a window here. It only took till it was about 10 o'clock at night for that thought to cross my mind here in San Bernardino, but it's a little warm in here.
Well,
And a runner at first, and they will go ahead and call that an error. So Rafael at first on the error by McLeod, and that'll bring up Drew Thomas, who's 0 for 1, and he's also been hit by a pitch.
we topped out at 106 today. Right now it is currently still 86 degrees at 10:05 p.m. Pacific.
Check and see who the batter is here. Okay, and it looks like it is a pinch hitter.
Well, that is Ricardo Ukiwa,
Yep.
who pitched earlier.
So Yokiwa batting for Drew Thomas. I expect to see Yokiwa maybe come in and play first base, where he does play on a regular basis. Swing and a miss. A ball and 2 strikes on Yokiwa.
Yoki was 1 for 4 in the first game. Reached base a couple of times, had a base hit. Also reached via error.
Good lead for Rafael at first. And the fastball from Diaz is high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 to Yakiwa. Off speed, low and inside, a full count. Well, after a dominating performance on the mound from the Pirates from start to finish, it has been something of a struggle for Diaz, who put a couple of runners on before getting out of the inning with a line-out double play to end the inning off the bat of Logan Parker. Yokiwa swings and lifts this one into right center. Andrews, Connor, and it's Andrews who will take it for the out.
That's a nice job by Andrews, the center fielder, taking control out there like he should be.
So Yokiwa retired. And now it is Mitch Morales. And Morales swings and fouls this one back to the screen. Morales 1 for 2. A double his last time up.
Yeah, he's one of the few Waves hitters who has looked good through these first couple of games. Seeing the ball real well.
And we talked about the season he's having at Utah Valley and seeing the ball well all year. No balls and a strike. Diaz with a long look. Now he comes home. Ground ball to short, could be 2. Over to second for 1. The relay from McLeod in time. 6-4-3 to retire the side in the 8th. So Diaz makes use of another double play. And the Waves are done in the 8th through 7.5. 6-1 Pirates. The Best of the West tournament from San Bernardino here on SoCal College Sports. Bottom of the 8th, and a new pitcher for the Waves, and yet another player who emerges from the field onto the mound. For the Waves, it's Scott Anderson.
Yeah, he got the start at shortstop in the first game. Was 0 for 4. Did have an RBI ground out.
So Anderson moves to the mound where he will face Connor Burns, to be followed by Sean McLeod and Josh Scheck. For the Pirates in the bottom of the 8th, Burns 1 for 2. an RBI double coming back in the second inning. And there you get a look at Burns. On his way to Long Beach State this upcoming fall. And the first pitch in there for a strike from Scott Anderson. Sky high on the right side. Yokiwa in foul territory, and he can't find the handle. And let's correct that. That is not Yokiwa. It looks like it's still Drew Thomas over at first base. So Drew Thomas unable to come up with that one, and a new life for Connor Burns. Seen it a couple times right now. Players, maybe this is a new venue for a lot of players, certainly, and a little trouble coming up with some of these high pops. And I imagine every lighting situation has got to be maybe just a little bit different.
He took a little bit of a circuitous route to that one, kind of circled under it.
I'll tell you what, you got the 50-cent word of the day, Dennis, with the circuitous. Check swing and fouled off, and a ball and 2 strikes to count on Burns.
I wonder how much of it's just plain rust. And all these kids have not been to a ballpark in nearly
indeed.
4 months.
Well, this will be interesting to see as we're watching this, and we'll be here for the run of this tournament. It'll be interesting to see. This is just day one, to your point, and what might we see and how might this look by the final weekend. And you certainly would have to expect that you're going to see a lot of rust fall off and maybe seeing a different level of baseball as this tournament goes on. That one fouled away again. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Burns.
It is a 5-week tournament. It concludes Saturday, August the 8th. And kudos to pulling this off.
Yeah, indeed, in short order. This was up in the air, as so much is right now, as that is called strike 3 and Burns down on strikes. And the decision made relatively recently in the last several days to indeed go forward with this, and a great job by a number of people to put it together on such short notice.
And I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer, but this is such a fluid situation that we're dealing with. We don't know if we're going to make it these 5 weeks.
Absolutely not. Off-speed pitch in there for a strike to McLeod. McLeod's got the interesting stat line. No official at bat, been hit by a pitch twice. The 0-1 pitch from Anderson again goes off speed and misses a little high.
What's your take on no fans here at the ballpark? Has it been a little bit of adjustment getting used to, or you okay with it?
It's a little strange, but we're in the booth here. Hey, listen, as long as I got Mike and Emery and Dennis, you guys we're hanging out here. I'm
We
fine.
are.
It feels normal.
And we've got the beeper off and on with joining us as well.
Doesn't feel that different here, but
For the junior college guys, this might not be as weird.
yeah, it's true. 2 balls and a strike.
They did allow
Just
scouts in.
outside.
There was about 10 or so on hand here, different points of the evening.
Well, we hope that those that are watching with us are getting a reasonable facsimile of the real thing here, and we are happy you have joined us. And the fastball in there for a strike, and a full count now to McLeod. Sean McLeod started out as one of the extra hitters, but has seen time now at shortstop and second base in this one as well. Into right field, Subo over near the line, and he can't track it down. It's a fair ball, and it's going to bounce out of play. This will end up as a double for McLeod. It looked like Zubo had a pretty good jump, but couldn't track that one down.
It almost seemed like, though, once again, he tried to circle under it instead of going in a straight line towards the line drive.
And to the point of different lighting and maybe a different venue, and it looked like Zubo sort of halfway through, maybe picking up on this one as he went along, and he's a little bit late and can't get there. And McLeod ends up at second, stays perfect on the night, reaching base all 3 trips. He's at second with one down, and that'll bring up Sheck, who's 0 for 2. He struck out twice.
Sure, Sheck would like to avoid the hat trick.
Here's the 1-0 from Anderson, in there for a strike. And there is the left-hander, Josh Sheck. And he is currently an anteater playing for UCI. Popped up on the left side. Morales under it, and now that'll drop in. And Morales continues the struggles all the way around as he loses that one. Right under this one, and then obviously looking at that one, I think it's pretty clear that that was on its way down, and Morales completely lost it. And it drops in, and Sheck ends up at first. So 2 on, 1 out. That'll bring up Jordan Koo in there for a strike.
Well, in fairness to Scott Anderson, he should be out of this inning.
Instead, it's 2 on. This one driven into right, but playable for Zubo. Zubo comes up as McLeod tags and makes it to third. So runners at the corners with 2 down. And Austin Shell due up for the Pirates. And I already have the feeling that this will be the last batter of the inning either way. I'm getting an internal clock here for the timing of the timed innings. And I think that the Pirates might have time for one more batter. With runners at the corners now and 2 down. Shell walked in his only other appearance at the plate in the game. Anderson ready, fastball high. Ball and no strikes. Shell played for the OC Bucks earlier today. Now he switches over to Inland Valley. Big swing and a miss. And a ball and a strike to count. Well, the question here with the no fans is, do we do the Premier League, the Bundesliga, and do we pump in the crowd noise tomorrow? I think I have a lot of faith in the production team here. I think they could do it if they decide, if they put their mind to it. But do we want the crowd noise? Do we want the chanting crowd noise?
Just in the broadcast, though.
A ball and 2 strikes.
Can we make it a poll question?
On Shellman's off-speed pitch just high. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Shell.
I said go 3. Come on. He's in his own line.
Anderson ready from the stretch. Curveball got him. Shell down on strikes. The Pirates done in the 8th. They threaten but come up empty. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 2 left on base. Through 8 complete. Pirates on top of the wave, 6-1 here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Top of the ninth. Pirates trying to finish it off. Here in the third and final game of day one of the inaugural Best of the West tournament here from San Bernardino San Manuel Stadium. And it's Zitko, and then the top of the order, Campbell and Morris. No balls, 2 strikes the count. Diaz ready. High fastball, and Zitko lays off.
Well, I think we can say with certainty this is the last inning.
This is it. I feel like for the first time, I really feel like I know what's going on. It only took until the ninth. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Zitko. Diaz has had an eventful couple of innings, but has made good use of a couple of double plays to keep the Waves at bay. In on the hands, and Zitko able to fight it off. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Griffin Zitko on his way to Cal Lutheran. Played his high school ball at Santa Geta Academy. Breaking ball low and away. 3 balls, 2 strikes. On Zitko, he's 0 for 1, struck out and walked. Diaz up and ready and misses low. Zitko works another walk. He's been on a couple of times. And that'll bring up Mason Campbell. And Campbell has the dreaded triple tonight, 0 for 3, and he's struck out 3 times. He'll get another crack here at Sebastian Diaz. On the ground to second, sliding stop for McLeod, goes to second for 1. The relay not in time. The throw was high and wide, but Campbell will not advance. He'll stay at first.
Nice backup by the catcher.
Absolutely. Guangarena getting down in the 9th inning. That'll bring up Morris. Morris with an RBI single in his only at bat in the game, coming in for Hawk. That one low. 1 ball and no strikes. Should mention while we're talking about the backup down the line that it does look like a different catcher. It's Connor Burns who has moved behind the plate and is now catching for the Pirates. And obviously in this format, you're going to see players moving around, shifting back and forth between positions due to the exhibition nature of the event. So no balls and 2 strikes. We'll try to keep you apprised as best we can of where players are. We're not necessarily alerted to every single change that does happen. Diaz ready. Fouled away.
Just like everything
Morris.
these days, it's a fluid situation.
Right? You have to be ready to make adjustments. So Campbell away from first. 0-2 on Morris. Diaz rocks and fires. And that is cold strike 3. Morris down on strikes. How many strikeouts do the Pirates have as a pitching staff in this one? I believe it is, I've got them at 16. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
I have them unofficially with 12. I don't know if that's correct.
First pitch swinging, driven to center. Andrews moving back and makes the catch to retire the side and finish this one off. The Pirates with a 6-1 win over the Waves to wrap up day one. Give you another look at Andrews playing a shallow center, but able to track that one down on a well-hit ball off the bat of Combs, who came up swinging at the first pitch. And the Pirates finish off an impressive 6-1 win. And Dennis, any final thoughts? You've been here from the start to the finish.
I think it's a good day for baseball. We're finally back after everything came to a halt back in mid-March. It was just good to get back on the field. We had 3 games today. Pirates looking good here tonight, giving up their pitching, especially giving up just 1 run on 3 hits.
Yep.
They look good. The Waves drop a couple, but I'm sure if you ask them, they're just happy to be back as well.
Well, to the point that we made before also, I think in terms of a rust factor, I think the advantages to pitching early, and we will see in this multi-week event, and we hold out our hope that we can continue to play and that nothing will come up that will necessitate an abbreviation of the tournament. But we'll see as this develops if the bats catch up a little bit. We've seen some good swings already, but early on maybe it's advantage pitching. Do want to pass along some quick thanks, of course, first to Dennis Ackerman. Thanks so much for sitting with us. And,
absolutely
enjoyed having you. Want to give a quick wave, and yes, here we are in the booth. Good to see everybody. Just want to give a quick thanks to the production team as well. Corey Rubin on camera, Jorge Zepeda on camera, Emery Johnson, technical director, assistant producer as well, and produced and directed the broadcast tonight by Mike Zepeda as well. And that's a great production team that I have the great pleasure to know and work with on a regular basis. So thanks very much, guys. It's going to wrap things up here with our coverage from San Bernardino here, day 1. The Best of the West tournament, the inaugural version, and we're thrilled to be here. We will be back tomorrow. Dennis, you will be back here with coverage in the morning of the first 2 games. We will return as well, and hope you will join us as well for Game 3, and we'll have you again. We will have the night broadcast as well. For everybody here at SoCalCollegeSports.com, so long, everybody. Thanks for joining us.